Hello folks and welcome. A month or so back I bought, refurbished and benchmarked an HD 5850 which I picked up on eBay for about the price of a decent pizza. When I got the card it was noisy, it ran really hot and it frequently crashed out when pushing it to the limit, which, considering it was a Generation 1 DirectX 11 card, originally released in 2009, it was fairly frequent. Nevertheless, after its rebuild it kept cool and quiet and it actually impressed me to a much higher degree than its $20 price tag would suggest. This card was sold at the weekend and for its final farewell I thought I would put it through its paces in Crysis 3. Now, the minimum requirements for Crysis 3 on the AMD side was an HD 5770, and the 5850 it roughly offers about 50% more GPU horsepower than that card, so we should be able to play this game at some decent settings and frame rates. We'll be coupling the card with the Core i5 4590 and 8GB of DDR3 RAM, and I've decided to mildly overclock the GPU base clock and its VRAM by roughly 10% just to try and give it that extra push. Booting up Crysis 3 flagged no warning or error messages, and sure enough it offered up a fairly decent experience. Now for this test I've dropped the resolution down from 1920 by 1080 to a more 1GB friendly resolution of 1600 by 900 and set the preset options to high. MSI has been turned off in this test in favour of the more basic FX AA to try and squeeze out as much FPS as we can. Also, anisotropic filtering was lowered from 16 times down to 8 times, which to be perfectly honest really didn't increase the average FPS much, but it did slightly help with the lowest FPS figure that was seen. Over an hour or so's gameplay encompassing both indoor and outdoor sections as well as plenty of firefights, the HD 5850 averaged a very respectable 46 FPS. The frame rate also never dipped below 32 FPS, which, even though it's low, meant that the game never became unplayable, any more jarring than you would expect on like a console for example. In less open areas and during those infrequent ambient times, the frame rate reached highs of 71 FPS. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't really know what I was expecting with this card when I bought it. For $20 it's coped with pretty much every game that I've thrown at it, and it's the 1GB of VRAM that hampers the gaming potential rather than the actual processing grunt of the card itself. But it's on its way to a new home now and hopefully it will continue to defy the low price. Anyway folks, I'm going to get back to Crysis 3. If you've liked this video, don't forget to subscribe and use those thumbs, as well as leave a comment. I always enjoy reading what you think about these videos. So, it's goodbye from me and the HD 5850, and I hope to catch you all next time.